Hey guys, welcome to day 23 of 30 Days to Change. We're talking about things that we need to cast off and remove from our lives so that we can live them better, more abundantly, and more effectively. And today's topic is, I'm gonna write a book about it someday. It is so fantastic. It is so good. Oh, somebody already has. John C. Maxwell. No, that's not the only author that I recommend on this channel, but he has an incredible book on today's topic, and we'll get to that in a minute. It's on failure. And we don't need to remove failure per se, but we need to change the way we look at failure. Because why is that? Because when we fail, how does it feel? Think about the last time that you epically failed at something, right? It hurts, it's uncomfortable, it's painful. It's not something you want to do every day. And so we avoid it. And in fact, the older we get, the more we avoid it, the more comfortable we like to be. And I'll tell you what, friends, comfort is one of the biggest enemies of progress and us fulfilling the fullness of what we were created to live and do on the earth, you know? So comfort is an enemy. Failure is not. And that's kind of the point of today's talk, is that we need to change the way we look at failure. Failure is actually a beautiful thing. In fact, you will fail your way to success. The road to success is actually marked failure. The only difference between somebody that's extremely successful and somebody that's not, or that's in the middle of the road average in any given category, is the person that's extremely successful has failed 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times as many times as the one that's just kind of average. And so for me, I'm kind of talking to myself here because I need the reminder. Because failure sucks. It's embarrassing. It's it stings. It hurts. Sometimes there's even physical pain. And so we tend to avoid it, but we need to embrace failure as the way through and to all that we want to do and be in our lives. And so here's a little secret. When we want to grow, when we want to do anything, when we want to develop any skill, there's going to be failure. Think of when you were trying to walk, or think of when you were trying to learn how to ride a bike. What did you do? You failed over and over and over and over and over again. The only way to getting to those things is failure, you know? So we need to look at failure as actually a friend, as a beautiful thing. Now, full disclosure, if you fail on the same thing over and over and over, doing the same thing, I mean, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results? We don't want to do that. But we're talking about when you're developing yourself, when you're innovating, when you're growing, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, professionally, emotionally, relationally, whatever it is, financially. You want to fail. You want to go to failure. When you're in the gym and you're growing your muscles, that one rep that you do to the point of failure, that's the point where your muscles are breaking down, and then they're going to be able to build up that much stronger. Does that make sense? So guys, failure is a beautiful thing. Failure is not a person. That's something that somebody might need to hear. If you failed at something, you're not a failure. You just happen to fail at something, and there's nothing wrong with that. Failure is not a person. It is an event. So don't ever take that upon yourself that you are a failure. You are not. You simply failed at something, and we all have. And in fact, anybody that's experienced true success in their life has and will fail many, many times. So today, for today's topic of removing the things in life that hinder us, it's the idea that failure is a bad thing. In fact, failure is a beautiful thing, and it's the way to victory. It's the way to success. It's the way to growth. It's the way to our destiny, to our dreams, to everything that we ever want. And if you'd like more information on an amazing book, this book, Sometimes You Win, Sometimes You Learn, was probably the best book I've ever read on the subject of failure. John C. Maxwell, absolutely incredible book, so inspiring, so encouraging, talking about changing the way you look at failure. So I figured I'd recommend that if you're interested in more on this topic. But if we want to achieve any degree of success in any area of our life, friends, we will have to embrace failure. So that's today's message. Looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.